Today, there is a perfect balance between the seasons. And for the first time since winter began, I'm feeling a balance within myself. Each year, when the wheel turns again to spring, I find myself elated by the prospect of crafting on nature's new margin of wildflowers and weeds. Each day looking to craft something new from the bounty gifted to us by nature. But this year, of course, more than anything, I'm excited to begin this new chapter and journey in my life here with you. Hello there everyone, and welcome to my second channel. If you're here watching this now, I think there's a pretty good chance that you know who I am, but just in case you don't, my name's Annabelle, or Annie, whichever you prefer. I'm a freelance artist, an aspiring herbalist, and an adventurer along the green path of life. And here on this channel, I'll be crafting videos revolving around the everyday rhythms of my life, working in tune with the seasons and alongside nature. And really, anything that inspires me in the moment. But I thought before I made any more videos here, I should just take a moment to sit down, say hello, and let you in on the going abouts of my world now that it's spring. So, let's get started. As we've entered spring, the redbuds, lilacs, and violets are now in full bloom. And so naturally, as someone with an affinity for working with wildflowers, I'm constantly incorporating them into every craft I can. And today, they found their way into the breakfasts of my family. I love crafting recipes and trying to create something new with what I have on hand or growing outside around me. Though some days I find it's best to simply go with something honored by time. Such as my great-grandmother's Swedish pancake recipe. These simple little crepes used to draw crowds outside my great-grandmother's home each weekend, and she always made sure to share them with the neighboring families. And even to this day, they're a favorite amongst friends and often a shared dish with those who come to visit. And well, today just felt like a good day to make them. So, now that it's spring, my life feels like it's blossomed out with the rest of the earth. I've received this huge burst of energy and excitement to create. And I've been spending a lot of time working with the energies of the earth. Each year there's always a new experiment, and I can find ways to expand my understandings of the wild plants I thought I already knew so well. And so, if you haven't noticed yet, that's pretty much how I've been spending all of my days. anyways, that's not what I sat down to talk about. So I actually started piecing this video together a couple weeks ago, before I actually even posted the first video on this channel. And at the time, the redbuds and lilacs were still in full bloom. But now their flowers are gone until next year, and they've been replaced by the buttercup fields. But anyways, I'm losing track again. As I said earlier, I wanted to create this video as a means of saying hello and welcoming you all to my little world here. And I figured by creating something more like a vlog, or just simply a video where I get to talk to you in person like this, would be a better way to get to connect. Plus, I think it's a great way to introduce you to my world here now that it's spring. And depending on how you feel about this style of video, I may be making them more often or just occasionally as a means of introducing you to the flow of my life at the turn of each season. Now, it's been quite a while since I created a vlog or really just sat down candidly in front of a camera without any real talking points, so I may be a little rusty. But I do really love making vlogs, and I think they're a lovely, wonderful way to give you a more inside view of my life. Plus, sometimes I think it's important to bring you along for a little more than a moment or a day. And in a way, vlogs are kind of the reason I created this channel. Not in the sense that that's all I'll be creating here, but more in that they are what really sparked that initial excitement to create videos in the way that I do now. Back on my other channel, I started experimenting with these types of filming techniques and vlogs back in July, so almost a year ago now. And though they were kind of short-lived over there, I did learn a lot, and I really, truly, if you haven't been able to tell by now, fell in love with the process of it all. And so here we are now, today, on this new chapter and page, because even though I stopped creating them over there, I never really lost that desire to. My other channel is a place for learning and teaching, and I've wanted to keep it that way, and that's why I kind of stopped creating these types of videos over there. They felt a little bit like they were overstepping on this space that I never meant to change. But over the last couple of months, I've been really just wanting to create these videos and share my world with you. I'm just so incredibly excited to create all that my heart has been wanting to. Over these last few years, I've fallen in love with the simple moments and the quiet steps that are present within each day. Little tasks bring me peace. And I try my best to give time to be present in these efforts whenever I can. As it's here where I find comfort and calm. And though I tend to be drawn to creating moments revolving around crafting with my hands, I found that regardless of the task, there is always beauty. Be it cooking, cleaning, or anything in between. there's always something to note. And gratification to receive once completed. So even though this isn't my first video up on this channel, this really does feel like a new beginning. I haven't felt this inspired or excited while creating a video in a while. There's just something kind of special about documenting and preserving the beautiful moments in your days. Truly, it makes you appreciate them more. Though, mind you, I have been piecing this video together during the height of spring, so that may also have a little something to do with it. But nevertheless, I very much enjoyed creating this video, and I hope you guys like it as well, because I would love to make more in this fashion in the future. But before I move forward with that, or really any videos on this channel, there are a couple things I want to discuss. I've always been an artist, and I dabble in a handful of media, though I primarily work in paper cutting and pen and ink designs. And that's how I've mainly made my living until I created my herbal business, which is still very much in its infancy. But a year ago in February, I found myself with some extra time and information I wish to share. I started creating videos in the first place because I have a passion for old practices, and so I wish to share that with those that were interested. I never thought that I would fall in love with making videos. The kinds of videos I create today always seemed so foreign and out of reach to me. Though I suppose there are many parts of my life today that I would have thought to have been out of reach. In all honesty, the life I live today is one I never thought I would have, and this is something I've mentioned before, actually in my first video on this channel, which if you haven't seen yet, I would recommend watching because it details some of the topics I'm going to be discussing. When I first started crafting videos, my health was in a pretty severe state of decline. But a few months in, I received a surgery that started to give my life back to me. And because of this newfound life and energy, I started branching out with my videos and trying new things. And after the responses I received about the beauty of my home and the land, I realized that I wanted to share this with you whenever I had time. I live in a very beautiful part of the world, and for that I'm so incredibly thankful. Not everyone is able to live the life I lead or in the place like I do. And so for those of you that long for nature or simplicity, I wish to give what I can of it to you here. When I was younger, I used to dream of this life, and I would escape to different worlds in the forms of movies or video games to try and achieve it. Back then, I wasn't healthy enough to take part in the world just outside my door. And still to this day, it is sometimes a challenge. And currently, I am working hard to find a way to keep it economically sustainable. Which is something I know many of you had questions about. Presently, I'm a student and I make my living working a collection of odd jobs as I work to build my business and finish my schooling. And truthfully, it is challenging to sort out the money side of life. And for those of you interested, I will probably document a little bit of that journey to economic stability here. But that's not what I created this channel for. I created this space to share all that I was longing to have in my life when I was younger, and all that I'm grateful to finally get to take part in now. I'm slowly working to build a career for myself that will allow me to continue living in a way that I find to be fulfilling, as I now know the value of living life in the way that I love when I can, because I don't have the benefit of stable health. So here on this channel, I'll be sharing with you all that I love about my world that I've worked so hard to create. And I'm hoping that you can find a home here too, or at least a peaceful escape.